Everyone knows real estate is a good investment, but not everyone knows how to do it right. Today, we're going to talk about 5 ways in which we can make money from real estate, and I'm also going to give you one bonus technique. Whether you just want a house to live in or you're going into it as a business in order to make profit, owning a piece of land with a structure on it gives you a certain peace of mind and a sense of security. This episode is about making money from real estate, and it's in 2 parts, so be sure to watch both part 1 and part 2. Before we get into it, there are 2 important things that you need to take note of. Firstly, real estate is a long-term game. There's no fast money, no get-rich-quick schemes here. Secondly, what I'm about to share with you is just my opinion. You need to do your own research and actually consult professionals when it comes to investing. Now, if you're ready and serious about real estate investing, grab a pen and paper because I'm about to break down the 5 ways in which you can make money from real estate. Number 1 is buying and selling land. This is the most obvious of the methods. You buy land when it's cheap and sell it when it's high. There are 2 ways in which you can do this. Option 1 is to buy a valuable piece of land and then wait until the area where that land is appreciates in value. This means you need to actually think about the future value of the surrounding area. The thing is, plot prices increase every year, maybe to mitigate the inflation and things like that. But the key is to see the future value of the plot and the surrounding area, because it takes some time for the plot to actually appreciate in value to the point where you can actually make a profit from it. The more the area around you develops, that means the more your neighbors build their houses and complete their houses and start living in their houses, the more value your plot actually gains. This option is best suited for the lazy type of investor, someone who might not want to go through the entire process of value addition to the property and has the time, the money, and the patience to wait. As they say, nimosungirache ndalama. The second option under buy and sell land is to actually buy a big piece of land and then subdivide it and sell those subdivisions to other people. This is pretty much what real estate developers do, but usually they don't actually buy the land, but they'll get into an agreement with the owner of the land and then subdivide the plot and then sell it to other people. If you look at areas around the city that were predominantly farming areas, as the city expands, these areas tend to end up being swallowed by the developments of the city. And it's such areas where you can actually buy land and subdivide and then sell at a later date. Bear in mind, you don't have to do this alone. You can actually team up with a bunch of friends or workmates who have the same goal and buy an even bigger piece of land with the aim of subdividing it later and selling those properties. However, with group work, a lot of issues might come about. Therefore, it might be better to actually set up some kind of independent legal entity, being a company or a cooperative, and also hire a professional like a lawyer so that a lot of the issues can be dealt with quite easily. Method number 2 is flipping houses, otherwise known as buy, fix, and sell. If you have access to low-cost financing, or if you happen to have an inheritance stashed away somewhere, this might be suitable for you. When it comes to flipping houses, there are 2 options that you can take. One option is to buy an old house, and the other option is to buy an incomplete house. You know those old government houses built a long time ago that are still standing? I don't know what type of concrete mix these old timers were using, but some of these houses are still pretty solid and in kind of a good condition. With regards to buying an old house, there are many families that have old houses and are willing to sell. Think about it this way. It's very easy for a couple to take income from one house and use that income to raise their kids, clothe them, take them to school. But it's very hard for the children to use that one income to take care of themselves because the value of that rent is actually split and reduced. There are a lot of families that are having a hard time splitting rent from a single family home. And so to them, it might be easier to just sell the property and then use that money to invest in other types of businesses and ways to make money. The thing here is you would buy an old house, refurbish it or renovate it, and then sell it. Option 2 would be to buy an incomplete house, finish it up, and then sell it. Listen, there are many people who embarked on this building journey and ended halfway and weren't able to finish due to various reasons. The key to flipping a house that's incomplete is you need to know the full cost of completion so that you know how much you can actually sell the property at. You need to hire a professional to actually estimate the full value of the property in its state and the full value of the property after it is complete before you make that decision. Of course, before you buy a house, there are several things that you have to think about and consider, but we'll tackle this in another episode. The main thing you need to be asking yourself is this house sellable? Would I buy this house after I've renovated? Option 3 is buy and rent. This method entails buying an existing complete house and putting it on rent. The advantage with this is that you start recovering your money almost immediately, but you recover it slowly over a long period of time. Sounds pretty easy, right? But very often you might have to do some renovations to get the house to a certain level where you can demand a certain amount of rent that you want. Before you buy the house, you really need to know the renovation costs because this has potential of escalating to a point where it no longer makes business sense to buy this house. In order to do this, make sure you hire professionals to do the assessment and give you a cost for renovations. Buy and rent method is most suitable for people who have access to low-cost financing, such as bankers or people with rich parents. The reason why you're trying to buy this house as low as possible is because you have loan repayments to make every month, and it would be better if your rental amount that you receive from the tenant is much higher than the amount that you pay back for the loan. The worst case scenario is where the rent and the amount that you're paying for your loan are equal. But the best thing to do is to have the rental amount much more than the loan amount that you're paying. And that is what makes positive cash flow. If you haven't done it yet, please hit the like button and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section below and I'll get to them and we can discuss a little further on some of the things that I've talked about. Don't forget to watch part 2 of this video where I go a little deeper and give you 2 other ways and a bonus method on real estate investing. In that video, I'm also going to give you some of the few risks and things to think about when it comes to real estate investing. So until next time, happy building. Thanks for watching.